Hello and welcome. In this video, we continue talking about Transportation Management module in Dynamics 365 for finance and supply chain. This episode is all about working with routes. Creating and assigning a route to load is an optional step, but it will be very useful if you want to calculate an estimated rate for the freight and then compare it or reconcile it when the carrier invoice comes in. So let's take a look. So let's begin by going into the existing load and clicking on Rate Route Workbench. Our loads. Select our first load and click on this button right here. I briefly talked about the form in my previous video. So what we will do here is we will assign our load to a brand new route. So I will click on Route with Rate button. In here I see 3 route plans that qualify. I will select one of those and I will click on Assign. So there are multiple things that have happened here. Let me go back to my load. Before, that load did not have any route assigned, but now if we look at the header of that load, we see that it has a Route 59 reference. You may also notice that the shipping carrier and the carrier service were also populated. That is based on the first segment carrier. So the system assigned Northwind to the first segment, and because there is only one field for the entire load that shows the carrier and its service, it shows the carrier and the service from the first route segment. You may also notice that the load status remains open. The status of the load mostly linked to completion of warehouse work and posting ship confirmation, which I will talk about in my next video. And also from here, we can click on the Transportation tab and click on the Routes button. And in here, we will see our route that we have assigned to our load. That route is based on the route plan that we have selected in the Rate Route Workbench. And what we will also see that each of those 2 segments has a shipping carrier. Remember, the second carrier was hard-coded based on the route plan. The first segment did not have any carrier assigned, so the system had rate shop that specific carrier and assigned Northwind truck service to that segment. Also, what happened is the system calculated an estimated rate. If we click on the route rate details right here, we see that the system calculated rate is $75. But if you look closer here, you see that the $75 is only the cost of the first segment. The cost of the second segment, $300, was not added. Why is that? Well, if we look at the first segment right here and click on the load, we see that the first segment referencing our load 001. So the $75 is attributed to the cost of load. But the second segment, click on the load tab right here, is not referencing our load. That is because our load is only going to the first address of that route. It's only going to 90210. So the second segment is still open. There are no loads assigned to it. What we can also do from here is we can delete that route, right? We can unassign the route by deleting it. So we will click on delete right here and say yes, and say yes again. Now go back to our route, refresh the form, and you see that the route reference disappears. But you may notice that the shipping carrier and service remain in place. If you forget to clear the carrier and next time you go to the Rate Route Workbench, the system will say, I will only show you the options related to the Northwind carrier. So it's going to limit your search results. So if you want to open them up again, make sure to clear these fields right here. What I will do now is I will add a second sales order to that load that will go to the second segment of the route that we want to use. So again, you may have seen me doing that in my previous video. I'll click on Load Planning Workbench. I will go to Sales Line tab. Here's a sales order that is not assigned to any loads yet. That's one I would like to add to my load. Click on Add to Existing Load. Click on OK. Go back and refresh. So now my load has 2 sales orders with 2 different delivery addresses. Now let's do the same thing again. Let's click on the Route Workbench, click on Route with Rate. Here's the only route that now qualifies, and we will click on Assign. With that in place, both of our segments now referencing our load. So if you look at the first segment, click on Load, we see our load 001. Let's go back to the segment selection, select the second segment, and click on the load. And we also see the same load. That is because we have 2 sales orders that are going to 2 different destination hubs referenced in this route. And now if we click on the route rate details, we see that the cost of that route is calculated as the cost of both segments, $375 in total. Let's go back. What you can also do is we have created this brand new route 60. Instead of deleting it, we can unassign our load and make it available to other loads. So what we can do here is we can click on the load tab right here, select this record and press shortcut on your keyboard Alt F9. Say yes. So the reference of the load disappears from the first segment. Select the second segment and delete it from there as well. Click on the record, Alt F9 and click on yes. So now that route is free to be used by any load there is. So what we can do with it is we can use that, and instead of creating a brand new route, we can use an add to an existing route option when we're doing rating and routing. So let me show you how that is done. Let's go back to our rate route workbench. And in here, I'll click on the rate shop and I here see two selections. So let me select the first one for the Northwind truck. And instead of clicking on assign, which will create a new route, I will click on assign to an existing route option. Here's the route 60. It shows here as a selection because it's not assigned to any load yet. So I can use it and I click on assign. But you may notice here what happened. The system has actually added a third segment for us right there. And for that segment, it has established the load reference 001. The first two segments that existed there before are still not assigned to any load. So as an example, let's select the first segment and click on the load. You see that it does not have any load reference. So be careful when you use that assign to existing option. So in this case, the system has added a brand new segment to existing route, which might not be desirable. And the last thing I'm going to show you here is, let me just delete the load from there. Go back. Now I'm back to rate route workbench. Instead of clicking on rate shop and click on add to existing route, I will click on route or route with rate, and I will then click on add to existing route. You will see that the selection is broader. Instead of seeing a single route 60, I now see routes from 42 to 46. These are different types of routes. Those routes are scheduled routes. If you remember from my previous video, and let me just refresh you on it, go to the route plans. I had those route plans, and the one that I was using is right here. I have created scheduled routes, those milk runs. So let me show you those. In here I have 5 scheduled routes that had delivery dates from 7/14 to 8/11. So when I'm using route or route with rate option and then click on add existing routes, the system will only show me the scheduled routes for the selected route plan. So make sure that the route that you're planning to use has some scheduled routes. If you see the requested ship date in the middle right here says 7/20. So we expect to ship that load on 7/20. But if by mistake I, for example, selected this route 45 that ships on 8/4 and click on assign, you will see the main difference here is that the system did not add any additional segments. Instead, it has used the existing segments of that route and assigned our load to it. So here's the first segment, click on load and select the second one, same thing, right? So that's a main difference. So now the scheduled route is just being used and loads are assigned to existing segments versus new segments being added. But you may also notice that I selected route 45 with scheduled ship date of 8/4, but instead I seen a route number 43 being used, and if we scroll to the right, the ship date is 7/21. That is because system looks at the expected ship date of that load, 7/20, and then uses the next available earliest scheduled route, 7/21. So even though we have selected the one that ships later, the system still assigned it to the earlier one. So just pay attention to that. Okay, let's go back. And the last thing I'm going to show you is that we can look at all routes by going into the main menu, routes right here. Here we would see all the existing routes scheduled, manually created, automatically created, etc. You may also create the routes manually. I never did create routes manually, but this option is always available to you. You can click on new. You can then click on new right here. What you're expected to do here is to click on the hub and select pickup hub, let's say this one, and then a drop-off hub, let's say DC, right? So this route may potentially be used for a purchase order load, because it takes something from a customer or vendor address and delivers it to the warehouse address. That is all I wanted to show to you today. I hope you found it useful. Until the next time, take care.